all water-breathing forms we have seen in the anime. Before doing any of the forms, Tanjiro often says Zen Shuchu, total concentration, Mizu no Kokyu, water-breathing, and then he says the number of the form he is using followed by its name. Let's start with the first form. Ichi no Kata, first form. Minamogiri, water surface slash.
Zen Shuchu, Mizu no Kokyu.
Tanjiro first uses this in the final selection exam against the hand demon. In this form, he generates enough momentum to create a powerful single concentrated slash. He holds his sword with the right hand and swings it all the way from his left side towards the right with a powerful swing. Basically, it's one powerful slash. For most demons, I think he can chop their heads off with this, no problem. It's like getting a right hook from Mike Tyson. Now, moving on to the second form. Nin no Kata, second form. Mizu Guruma, water wheel. Tanjiro first uses this in the same fight against the hand demon. This is his first attack against him, which he uses to save the other boy. In this form, he jumps and spins, and does a straightforward, circular, flowing attack. It looks like it has a lot of force and speed behind it, so if you see someone coming at you like that, you better move out the way ASAP. It seems like it would be hard to stop midway with this attack. So I guess if he decides to do this attack, he has to be sure about it, since he probably can't change his mind about it. So I guess it can be risky. This form can actually be very handy when using it to break his fall and help him land safely after dropping from a height at an angle. Kind of like a parkour safety roll or a somersault. Makes sense, right? I don't think he has killed any demon with this form, the normal straightforward vertical way you do it. If you think about it, the demons will most likely be standing and you can't really slice their necks and chop their heads off if you attack in a forward roll like manner like that. You can chop their arms off and stuff, which he has done, but not really the head. I guess this is why he made a modified or improved version of this, which I will be going into now. Nin no Kata, second form. Kai, modified or improved. Yoku Mizuguruma, horizontal or lateral water wheel.
Ni no Kata, Kai! Yoko Mizuguruma!
Tanjiro first uses this against Yaiba the arrow demon. Yeah, so this is the modified or improved version of the second form. Instead of spinning straight forward vertically, he does it sideways horizontally, which is more effective for chopping heads. Kind of reminds me of the Destructo disc from Dragon Ball Z. I guess Tanjiro thinks of this modified form himself as a way to counter Yaiba's arrows and finish him off for good. Next up, the third form. San no Kata, third form. Riryu Mai, flowing dance.
Mizu no Kokyu, San no Kata, Ryuryu Mai!
Tanjiro first uses this against Susumaru the Temari demon to evade her ball attacks. In this form, he pretty much dances as the name suggests. He uses precise footwork and moves around a lot in a twisting and swirling manner, mimicking the waves of a rapid current. Seems like it would be good for kind of tricking the enemy, kind of like dribbling in football or basketball to get closer to the goal. It looks like it would be very handy to evade attacks while trying to get close to the enemy so that you can attack them. This is exactly what Tanjiro does twice in episode 9. The second time he uses it against Yaiba the arrow demon to avoid his arrows and get close to him, he also uses it in combination with the sixth form, which I will be going into later. Shin no Kata, fourth form. Uchishu, striking tide.
Mizu no Kokyu, Shi no Kata.
Tanjiro first uses this against the two demons in the final selection exam. I don't know if you guys realize, this is the first time we see him use a water form attack. He chops their heads off back to back, pretty much simultaneously, so it is good for swift attacks. Also, when Gyu uses it, it looks like he just does one slash, but we see the water flowing past multiple areas near the demon, and the next thing we see is the demon's head, as well as his arms and that get chopped off. So it is a very swift attack that can be used to strike multiple areas back to back. It's like the demon didn't even know he was gonna die. Tanjiro even uses it while upside down, and cuts the headless demon's legs off, so it is very flexible in how he wants to use this form. Go no Kata, fifth form. Kanten no Jiu, blessed rain after the drought. Tanjiro first uses this successfully against the mother spider demon. He switches from the first form about to do a powerful concentrated slash, then after seeing her accepting death, he quickly switches to this form. How nice of Tanjiro. We see a beautiful flow of water around the neck of the demon, feeling that they are being showered by a gentle blessed rain. It doesn't hurt her at all. A comforting death with no pain. Kind of like killing someone while they are under a blissful genjutsu. I guess he uses this when a demon surrenders or when he sees no resistance from them. Or I guess when he just feels like it, or when he thinks he can take out a demon easily. We've only seen it used once so far. If he encounters more demons in a similar situation as the mother spider demon, then we may see more of it, since it suits Tanjiro's character. Roku no Kata, 6th form. Nejira Uzu, Whirlpool. Tanjiro first uses this against the swamp demons. When he goes underground, underwater in that swamp water place, he uses this form and kills 2 of them simultaneously, chopping their heads off and multiple parts of the body all together in one move. This form is very powerful underwater where it can be used at its full potential. It is very handy since it can be used when there is no sure footing. It generates a powerful vortex with a violent twist of the upper and lower body, creating a whirlpool that cuts pretty much anything that gets caught slipping. This move is awesome underwater, the way it chops off their heads and multiple parts of their body simultaneously. This actually reminds me of Zoro's Tatsumaki attack, except that Tanjiro chops heads and limbs off with this. Tanjiro also uses this against Yaiba the Arrow Demon. He uses it in combination with the 3rd form, so let's get into that now. When he combines the 6th form and 3rd form, he says, Nejira Uzu Riru, twisting whirlpool, flowing water. This 6th form involves twisting his body, so he does that building his momentum, as he closes in using the footwork of the 3rd form. Then once he's close enough, he twists his body with much more force. So the momentum he builds from both forms add up and he is able to do a combined attack, which combines both elements to create a fierce twisting whirlpool of flowing water that pretty much absorbs the attacks and coming at him. That's how he manages to envelope and overpower the arrows, and then he continues that momentum and follows it with the modified version of the 2nd form to finish him off for good. Very smart of Tanjiro, thinking of combined attacks and modified attacks. Shichi no Kata, 7th form. Shizuku Hamon Suki, Kyoku. Drop Ripple, Thrust Curve. Tanjiro first used this against Susamaru the Temari demon. Out of the 10 water breathing forms, it is the fastest thrusting technique. Rather than slashing like the other forms, he just stabs with this form. Also, there is a slight pause with the water ripple effect before he stabs with it really quickly at an angle. Tanjiro decides to go with this form to quickly stab the Temari ball thing and prevent its unnatural movements and to soften its blow. This is probably my least favourite of all the forms right now, since I haven't seen it used in a really awesome way yet. I don't think he can kill a demon with this move since it is just a stab, but if he is creative, maybe he can make a modified or improved version of this, or maybe he can combine it with another form. That would be cool. Hachi no Kata, 8th form. Taketsubu Waterfall Basin. Tanjiro first uses this against the 3 swamp demons. It was cool to see, but his attack was too shallow since he didn't expect 3 of them to show up from the ground and had to switch midway from the 5th form, so he missed vulnerable spots. Yet, he still manages to chop an arm off from each one of them. Just imagine this attack at its full potential. This looks like a powerful charge downwards attack with a lot of force where he crashes the force of a waterfall on his target. I can imagine demons being completely cut in half with this. Would be cool to see that happen. He also uses it when fighting Yaiba the Arrow Demon to break his fall. So yeah, he can also use this form to break his fall when he's falling straight down from a height. Imagine him dropping like that straight on top of a demon. That would be next level awesome to see. The demons would be left to shreds. Ku no Kata, 9th form. Suryu Shibuki, Run. Splashing Water Flow, Turbulent. Tanjiro first uses this against Kyogai, the Suzumi Mansion Demon. He uses this against him after taking quick shallow breaths to reinforce the muscles around his damaged leg. He uses this form to minimize the landing time and area as much as possible and get closer to the demon. This form uses strong splashes of water to propel him and help him get closer. It helps him when there is little to no solid place to stand and to give him that little extra boost and propel himself towards the target. It grants him flexibility in movement and opportunity to strike from wherever he sees fit, from whatever angle he can. It actually helped him adapt to the room's orientation changes. He even finishes him off while he is at a weird upside down angle. Ju no Kata, 10th form. Sesei Ruten, Constant Flux. Tanjiro uses this against Ri, one of the 12 Kizuki, Lower Moon 5. Tanjiro actually first tries to use this against the father spider demon, but he flops it because it was interrupted before he could even build the attack's momentum, so it needs some time to pull off properly. Out of the 10 standard water breathing forms, this is the final, most precise and most powerful one of them. He manages to pull it off later against Rui. With this, he was able to slice through the demon's threads, and we get to see some awesome water dragon animation. It is a continuous attack that gathers force with each rotation, so it gets stronger and stronger as he slices through successfully and builds more momentum, like a dragon soaring through the skies. He still wasn't getting enough spin to get the required force to slice. There are stronger red threads though, so he had to switch to the Hinokami Kagura dance. The 10th form is definitely my favorite out of them. Ju Ichi no Kata, 11th form. Nai, dead calm. Giyu uses this against Rui to nullify his thread attacks. Boy, this was a surprise for me. I mean, we were told by Sakonji Urokodaki about him teaching Tanjiro all of the 10 water breathing forms. So I guess they were the 10 standard ones, and the 11th form is Giyu's own unique form he thought of himself. He uses this to completely nullify Rui's cutting thread rotation. Seriously, Giyu is awesome. He seems pretty much untouchable with his form. The ultimate defense. Reminds me when Gaara was introduced in Naruto with his ultimate sand defense. Giyu looks like he just stands there like a boss. We see the mad water movements around him become stable and calm. Same with the attacks coming towards him, calmed into nothingness. Really suits his character. This actually reminds me of the calm belt from One Piece, where the sea has no waves. I wonder what are the limits of this form. I doubt he can nullify any attack non-stop. That would be too OP. Anyway, what do you guys think? What do you think are the limits to Giyu's 11th form? Do you think Tanjiro will learn that form? What is your favourite water breathing form? And what is your least favourite? This is Anime Talks 101, so let's talk about it. Comment down below, I want to know your thoughts.